Welcome to the personal side of business,
where you hear real stories from real entrepreneurs.
Hi, and welcome to the personal side of business, where every business has a story. I'm your host, Jet Bandiwal, and today my guest is Mohammad Mahoor. He is professor, researcher, founder of the Ryan Robot, and all things AI robotics here. We're going to learn today how he is changing the way we look at assistive robotics. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's start. How did we get here?
How?
Yeah, let's go back as far as what was your inspiration, I think, younger, to get into all of this?
I see. So when I was a child, I always fascinated by cars, by any sort of technology, alarm clocks, locks, car engines, and so on and so forth. And I was very hands-on to fix things, make things. And then when I got to college, I decided to study electronics and electrical engineering. And then later I got into computer vision and image processing, and that's how it opened the door for, something that we call it now AI, but it's mostly, machine learning. Although computer vision is a type of AI or, a subfield in machine learning and AI. So when I started the project, Robotics, I worked with children with autism, and the idea was to use robots to help and teach children with autism social skills, such as turn taking, emotion recognition, facial expression recognition, eye gaze attention, and so on and so forth. And the kids with autism on the spectrum, they really like objects and robots, and so then they can relate, to technology very quickly. And then we use Ryan to help them to practice social skills and their social skills. And that was a successful project, and I'm working even with some of the kids that they participated in our study. Oftentimes they come to the lab and they play with the robot or give us feedback, and I have seen an impact on their life. So that was a project that really was successful, and that's how we got into other areas about how we can support human with other mental issues, I would say, such as people with depression, dementia, and so on.
When around what time did this happen for you?
So back in 1996, 7, 8, when I was a grad student.
Back then, so what was the technology like then compared to now?
Oh, we did have back then, the first computer that I started working with that, had the DOS operating system and the IBM, PS2, I remember that one, and 486 and the Pentium, and then, so those are the kind of computers that I used to, started learning how to program C and C++, and even I remember Fortran 4 and BASIC. Those were the, the computer languages that I learned how to program. Yeah.
And what was, when you were programming back in that time, what was your goal at the time? What were you thinking was going to be the future of all that?
So at the beginning, I was very fascinated by image processing and computer vision. And that mostly I work on medical images, back then ultrasound images and X-ray images. But then I wanted to see that what we can do, with computers and with computer programming, actually. For example, human face recognition, facial expression recognition. And that's, when I started my PhD, I was really amazed by how computer that we can do face recognition, face identification.
Because you were kind of on the early pioneers of that face recognition.
Yes, I started my PhD in 2003, and that was post 9/11, and biometrics and face recognition and face identification was very popular and a very hot topic in in machine learning. and AI. And so I worked on face recognition for my PhD. Then I did my postdoc training in psychology department, and I worked with psychologists, and the research was on how we can use computer algorithm to look at the behavior of children with autism and analyze, their behavior, and mostly face-to-face communication, facial expression recognition, eye gaze attention, and so on and so forth. And the idea was to use computer to be able to better analyze the behavior of children with autism. So that's how I got into the, to psychology, human behavior, and use computer to analyze, people's behavior.
And did that inspire you to go in a certain way? After learning
Absolutely.
that, I'm assuming it now started steering you to use this technology to really
I think that postdoc training was really a key moment in my career and helped me, to find my way.
Yeah.
And helped me a lot that how we can use technology to not just be, that help people, but also to empower and enforce, that caregivers, therapists, that's how that postdoc training shaped my current, research and work,
To strengthen our shoulders. We will start by bringing our elbows in line just below our shoulders. Then we will rotate our hands, bringing them in line with our elbows. 1, 2, 3.
Now, at that moment when you started shifting your, perspective and then focus, from then, if you can go back and look at it till now, do you think it's close to the vision that you had back then, or has it?
Back then, I didn't know what exactly.
You're just throwing darts at us.
Exactly. I didn't know how this is going to, affect my career and also my passion. But over time, especially after I joined DU and I realized that, robotics, right, is a big thing. And although when I was a child, I was fascinated by robots, and I remember I read a book about, robotics, but I didn't know much about it. But here, 2008, when I joined as a faculty, then I had a faculty mentor who was a roboticist, and he helped me to get into the field of robotics. So robotics, computer vision, then psychology, all of them, happened to come together. And later, when I founded the company, all the things that I liked, when I was a child, electronics, working with motors, build things. So all of them actually came together and helped me to be able to, manage my team and lead my team to build a robot, make a robot. Yes.
Staff for new technology.
I don't know how to use Hey, don't turn around this way.
You are so very welcome, Mom. It is such a pleasure chatting with you today.
Hey, Ryan. Hey.
What position did you play when you were out on the soccer field with your friends?
Oh, did you play soccer? Because that's yeah, I told him I played soccer.
And you just brought up a really good point that I was curious about. So you've done a lot of research. You were sort of focused in a certain area, and now here you have to run a team.
Absolutely.
What was that experience like for you? Was the beginning a little bit of a shock and awe type?
No, it was not shock because I had worked as a team lead before.
Okay.
As an IT team lead, as an IT admin for a few years. And so I had the experience. However, I didn't have the experience of founding a business, running a business as a CEO and a founder. So I took a few courses in our business school.
Oh, nice.
And that's
Using the resources.
Yes, exactly. And that helped me, especially when it comes to the, the accounting, finance, management, and that part of, the running a company.
Yeah.
And of course, I learned from my peers, and I attended, workshops. And also there was an NSF, it's called iCore actually, training. So that also helped me with one of my students, former students, and a mentor, learn how to do customer discovery, how, what it means to start up a company, and go through the process of, going from an innovation and an idea and take it out of the door. Of course, it's taken us 12 years, to get to this point. It wasn't easy, and especially robotics, it's not easy. You have to make a lot of changes, try, test, revise, redesign, right? And keep going.
Is there a stress on you for a certain time period to get to this goal, right?
Absolutely. That being a founder of a company and also having family and part-time faculty member is not easy.
Yeah.
So, that of many moments, I've told myself that, this is too much for me.
Yeah.
This is too much, a lot of pressure on me. And no, it's not easy at all.
What has been your sort of way to get past those like hurdle moments?
At the beginning, I knew that, I was told that 95 or 90% of the startups actually fail. So one thing that I learned is to pivot first, to change. Don't be rigid, and listen, and also try to maybe change the direction and learn from our failures and talk to people and be open-minded.
I am so sorry for that mistake, Lambe. Thank you for correcting me.
that he
I will
learned.
definitely get that right from now on. I apologize for mispronouncing your name, Lambe. How has your morning been going so far?
It's much better now that I'm talking to you, Ryan.
I'm glad to hear your day is looking up, Lambe. What specifically has been making your morning more enjoyable today?
This controller needs to be fixed. It's too,
Hey, Ryan, can we do yoga?
Be open-minded. That helped me a lot.
Have you had mentors once you started this?
I had a mentor. I had a mentor, and some of it also has been organic. You learn right over time that how to do better, manage things. Manage your thing, and of course, like many other companies, we have had ups and downs, and it's very common. There's been moments that I told myself that this is it. I'm not going to continue this, or I will give it one more year, or one more year.
Turned out to 12 years.
Yeah.
What was a hurdle or an obstacle that happened building this that was like almost a pivotal moment that really could have stopped everything?
Fundraising, I think, is a big thing. So you have to have cash. Budget, to be able to recruit a good team and get things done. So I think always fundraising has been an issue, and that's not an easy thing at all. I've been lucky that so far we have been funded by the federal government, by NIH and NSF, and now we are going through fundraising. I'm pitching to VCs and investors. And also the state of Colorado recently gave us a small grant to help with commercialization of the product. But fundraising has been always challenging, and also mentoring and leading, a team of engineers. And I do have a team that I have 20 years old engineering students on my team, or computer scientists. On my team go all the way to people who are 75 years old, and have had a few startups, and they were successful actually in recruiting their startups. I have to work with a range of people, with the range of talents, mentalities, background, and experiences and skills.
Right. And then I'm sure it's challenging you
Oh, big
to have to be able to
absolutely. Every person is different. Every person is different, right? But I enjoy it. I've enjoyed it so far. And I'm a person that I like to be busy. And I like to be busy always, all the time. And yeah,
What's a skill asset do you think you have now that you didn't have at the beginning of this?
patience. Yeah. So to be patient and also to work hard. Of course, I always have worked hard, but patience has been one of the things. And also, I learned that to be very selective and very, very careful when it comes to hiring, a team member. Because we are small. I have a small team, about 12 engineers and 4 or 5 actually people on the business, side of the company. So it's important to make the right decisions. So when it comes to hiring.
Yeah. And, something I wanted to touch upon you brought up was the fundraising part of it, which I think we take a step back, now gets marketing involved, right? You have to advertise what it is you're doing and be able to start to pitch, talk, shake hands, and
Absolutely.
it's this other personality side of you that you have to stretch. And I think for a lot of researchers, scientists, engineers, that's not really a strong point, right? That's like you're kind of focused. You're good at one area now. You stretch.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean that to be able to talk to people, be personable, and also not just think about the product and the features of the product, right? Also think about the business side, right? And give away, right, some of the portion of the company, right?
And you have to be strategic and
Absolutely, it has to be strategic, right? There's so many factors to that. You have to wear, different hats. Almost every moment, every moment, right?
Yeah.
It's not at all easy to be a founder of a company and be successful. I don't know if we have been successful. I mean, it's been a long journey, but I learned a lot, and then my advice to people who wanted to found the company and have a startup is to be resilient and be strong and listen, right, and learn.
And where do you think in this journey of the production side of Ryan, where are you at? Are we at 80%, 90% where you need to be, or is this further?
I think we do have an MVP. The product, it's kind of mature, but still we do have, we need to add more features to improve, the product based on the needs of our customers. So
it's most likely going to be ongoing.
Okay. It's an ongoing thing. Like, look at any product. Look at, for example, Windows operating system or Apple products or any other products or car products, right? Look at, for example, the early version of a pickup truck, versus what we are now, or what Ford, for example, has, or airplanes. So anything, any kind of technology, that something's, it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah. And what are the unique highlights of the product right now?
So the unique highlight of the product is the natural conversation that you can have with Ryan. Ryan can read your emotion, especially facial expression and emotion recognition. That's something that I was passionate about it. And I want my product to be able to empathize with people and understand them. Smile back, or if you say that I'm not feeling well, or if you're down, then the robot would help you, to cheer up, or maybe do yoga with Ryan, or listen to, soothing music, or play a game, or somehow, to support you, to help you, to empathize with you. That's the part that I'm really like about the product.
So there's a little bit or a lot of an emotional connection that starts to build with you as it gets to know you.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's one thing. And also AI has helped a lot, especially large language models and ChatGPT and Gemini, recently in the past 2 or 3 years. So that has been another kind of a turning point in our project. So without language models, large language models, we couldn't have a good chatbot system that, we could have good conversation, quality conversation, creative, like a engaging conversation with machines, with Ryan. But now we can't have that.
Yeah.
So AI has helped a lot.
Yeah. And where are you looking to improve, Ryan, the most?
Oh, there's so many aspects of this product that can be improved. So autonomy is one, features that you're adding to our product. So Ryan can go from, a room of a person to another room and check on them, maybe deliver something, right? And yeah, so those are the things that we are adding to Ryan. So motion and autonomy.
Oh, and in terms of integration with other software, what does that look like for you? Is that something? And I'm just thinking in terms of connecting to, Google Cast or Apple TV, things.
I do have a very good team of software engineers and consultants that help me to basically integrate different software tools and platforms integrate them all into Ryan.
Yeah. And now, something we were talking about before we started the interview was this sort of really slippery slope that we can get into where we can lose sight of what's AI and what's human, right?
Yeah.
Can you talk about that? Like, how do you manage that so that it doesn't become from a distance also into a gray area?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a gray area. And remember we talked about the uncanny valley, right? And
Can you explain that a little bit?
so it's basically the kind, you can make a product or a robot that looks exactly like human being, 100%. However, people may not like it, and people may, think that that's creepy. Because there is a very fine line, and you may fall into a valley that you may make something that look like human, but you don't like it.
And to point, what I was talking to Mohammad about was when I was watching videos learning about the product, that I saw the face and it was blinking, and I said, well, that's kind of creepy in a sense because it's blinking. And then I thought for a second, I was going, that's creepier if it doesn't blink.
Yeah.
So trying to figure out those really gentle little things that you can add to it.
Yeah, some people still think that, 10% of people think that Ryan is creepy, they don't like it, right? But 90%, it's not something that you can have everyone to say that, oh, that's perfect,
Right.
I love it, right? But so like a facial expressions, blinking, eye gaze, and
Smiles.
smile, right? Yeah, that helps, but we don't want to make it to look like human completely, especially the body of the robot. And we never tell people that that's human, although it may act to a good extent, some extent actually like human, but we don't want it to fool people and say that, oh, you're talking to human, and Ryan feels, your emotion. It's Ryan, it's kind of, it doesn't have the perception, that we have as human. So it imitates, the emotion perception.
What are your thoughts on the dangers of us getting too far into that? Like 15, 20 years from now, more and more companies build human-looking robots. What's the danger, do you think?
I think it can be very dangerous, especially if you make something that is 100% looks like human and act and behave like human, but it's not human. Human dignity, I think, is something that you gotta respect. And I believe in that. I believe that we as a human, we are not machines, we have soul, and I believe in that,
Because we're gonna it could get into this space where we forget, right? I don't know. Right? And I think it's easy for us to talk about it now because we're at the beginning stages of all of it, but 50 years from now, all of a sudden there's robots walking around that look just like us. And that's where I feel like the psychology of it becomes
absolutely.
So different, right?
We should, I don't think that's the right path. Still, this is a machine. This is, although we try to make it act and behave like human, and that's what the purpose of AI, that's the definition of AI, and that's what AI is about, right? To act and behave like human, but it is not human.
In the robotics and AI community, Is this discussion happening?
Yeah, it's happening. Some people believe in that. Some people think that, oh, let's, move forward, proceed, make.
Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. But I think we should
They're not responsible, right?
Absolutely. We have to be responsible, ethics, right, is important. We have to create something that is ethical and moralism. Yeah.
And in terms of the function of Ryan and just the physical function, what do you think you see is going to happen to maybe advance it into, is there like joint movements or things like that? Do you think
So we could make it to be bipedal, biped robot, and can like a Unity robot that can walk around and dance, or the one that Boston Dynamic has.
Yeah.
But I don't think we need, for the purpose of, the applications,
Right.
or for the applications that I'm focusing on, I don't think I need that biped robot.
Yeah. So just quickly, can you go into for the assisted living, what are the benefits of having Ryan as a assisted robot?
Yeah, so Ryan can cover 6 dimensions of wellness: companionship, exercise, entertainment, even help with therapy, and boost people's mood, and maybe vocational, a few things that in that space that Ryan can do.
Yeah. And then what are some of the aspects you think you're going to add on that will make Ryan just go to that stratosphere? They're like, wow, this is.
So as I said, autonomy, to be able to go and check on people, and let's say as a caregiver, you can send your robot as your assistant and say, go and check on Mr. Smith and see how's he doing this morning, maybe deliver his medicine or deliver something to his room, and then, report back to me, and also do maybe some vital check on that. Yeah, so those kind of things, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, I get the messaging from everything I learned about you that you don't want Ryan to replace humans. You want to assist humans.
Absolutely. Yes. So we don't want to replace human caregivers. We want to empower them and force them to support them, right? Because they're busy and there's shortage of, staff members and caregivers. So we want to help them to do better, to do their job, right?
And realistically, what is the percentage of like one Ryan to how many patients can it help?
Maybe 20 to 25. Yeah, that's that many. Yeah. So can be used on a time sharing basis. Yeah, Ryan can stay in a common area. People can go and tap their card and use Ryan for 30 minutes or so, or Ryan can go check on them, or Ryan can stay in people's apartment and they can talk to Ryan.
So
and
each
can rotate it. Yeah.
every time they tap a card, Ryan now switches over to that personality.
Exactly. It's like your computer that you log into.
Yeah.
So Ryan is personalized, customized. It remembers who's Ryan talking to, right? And that's how it works. Yeah. Also, we are going to add face recognition to this, so Ryan can, even without having a card, Ryan can recognize you, and then you can log in and ask maybe a question to authenticate and verify, and then log in and then know that, oh, that's you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
do the conversation and interaction.
Yeah. I guess we can see some of this in action.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. We'll see that in an action in a moment. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then sort of wrap up the interview here. If you can go back to a young Mohammad, maybe 20 years ago, to give advice to expedite this journey, maybe one piece of information you think is crucial, what do you think you could tell your younger self? Be like, if you do this now, this will change how maybe Ryan.
I would definitely take some courses from our business schools, early on. And those courses helped me a lot.
Yeah.
And broaden my vision and my perspective about business and having a company and startup. Not just focus on technology, not just, that would be my advice.
Do you think you would have gotten into business sooner because you had that information?
Absolutely. Yeah, I would have got into business school, and take some courses, or even having an MBA. So that would have helped me a lot.
Wow. Yeah.
I definitely, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mohammad. We're going to look at all the what Ryan can do in a little bit. This is a personal side of business.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.